What makes a small business successful? We are going to talk specifically about that. As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights. All right, so if you're in small business or you're considering getting in small business, helping to define what does success look like, well, I applaud you immensely for considering and looking at this now. Helping to define what success is the most important step. In fact, in my book, The Aspiring Solopreneur, works for small business as well, we start with that because a lot of times people don't, and that's a mistake. You need to define what success is going to look like for you on a holistic level right out of the gate. Now, what I mean by a holistic level is, what is it going to look like for your time? Do you want to have flexibility of time? Do you want to choose who you work with? Do you want to be able to take a month off a year, 2 months off a year? Do you want to go to every one of your kids' soccer games? Do you want to make sure that you have the ability to take 2 hours and go exercise heavy at lunch? Whatever those pieces are. Now, that may not come out of the direct dollar success metric, but it certainly is impacted by the success of the business. So for you, identifying your motivations in advance and defining what that success looks like is super important. So if you go to our website, aspiringsolopreneur.com, you can actually go through, and about halfway down, there's a tool called the balance wheel. And when you do the exercise, the balance wheel, it takes about 7 minutes, doesn't cost anything. You can go through and it'll give you immediate results to see where you are. Once you have this, it'll help you to define, okay, here's where I am today, celebrate some of those victories, be aware of some of the challenges. But what I would encourage is to build your business before you jump into starting your business. Or if you have it, how can you build to where you want to be? But when you can define what would amazing look like for my relationships, friends, family, my partner, what would amazing look like for my health, my physical, my mental, my spiritual, figure those out, and then define how can I build my business so that I can make that happen, so that I can ensure that that lifestyle is happening the way I want it. Now, part of that is also going to be our time, our talent, and our treasure. Treasure being our money and stuff. That's why we're doing business. But most small businesses are kind of like buying a job that you have the ability to be very flexible with. That allows you. Now, a lot of times you're going to work harder, but you may choose when you work and how you work in a different way. So if you start to think about, for me, what is it I want to really define? What makes a small business successful? Well, it's my opinion that it's empowering the individual to live the life that they're looking for. So the first and foremost thing is the impact that this small business is having on those internally. And now, if it's you solo, great. If it's you with a small team, great. What does that life look like? And are you empowering that group of people to live their life on their terms and thrive? And when you approach it in that manner, you're going to attract amazing talent that does amazing things that will really be part of the organization and drive for your success. Now, the second piece is going to be, why are we doing this business? And what is the external impact? What is the impact we're having with others? So for me, I love doing senior coaching for CEOs and executives. That's what I'm built to do. Now, it also empowers me. I get 2 months off a year for adventure travel. I live here at 10,000 feet. I make exceptionally solid income doing it. I'm very, very fortunate with it. But that's my internal. External, the CEOs I get to watch them grow. It's fulfilling for me, that's internal. But the growth that they have and the impact they have on their businesses is extraordinary. When I've been able to work with leadership teams and individuals and help them go from an entrepreneurial market cap all the way to $1 billion market cap, that is exceptional. I know that I'm having a huge external impact by the work I'm doing. Now, maybe you're in B2B construction. Fair enough, great. You know, if you're at the beginning of the deal and you're doing grading or demo or something like that, cool. What you're doing is you're empowering those other companies to run their businesses really well, and you're having a huge impact on that. Now, the third thing is going to be in revenue. And revenue is going to be sort of what you're looking for, where you're at, but you got to make sure your business is profitable. We aren't doing this for sport. Sometimes I've seen people do this, and candidly, they would have been better off if they just kept working for somebody. They would have made more money. But making sure that you do have a success metric of tracking and revenue, that'll be important. But if you look at it in the three primary areas being, what is the impact you're having internally for yourself and for your team? What is the impact you're having externally? How can we track and measure those things? And then lastly, what's our revenue look like? Well, those are the three biggest things and ways that you can actually go through when you're trying to make and define what success looks like for a small business. So if you found any value in that, you got questions, we've got a whole course on how to launch and build your business without ever having to spend a dime, very safely and productively. And you can go to aspiringsolopreneur.com. If you found value, check out the other videos, subscribe, and have fun. Keep smiling.